Peace, Diehards. What's up? It's your boy Eru, host of the Diehards podcast. Hey man, I had this podcast on queue for like the last like few months or so because I've been waiting for the right things to happen. I'm waiting for the right notes to say. I had a whole bunch of notes and stuff that I wanted to say, videos, stuff I wanted to post. But really, this whole situation has to do with the heart of being a fan. And of course I'm gonna attach whatever real life stuff that's happening in this world that's associated with sports and stuff. But without further ado, man, this is Dynix Podcast. I already played the intro, but this is what it's all about today, man. Traitors, bandwagons, traitors and bandwagons, traitors and bandwagons, traitors and bandwagons, man. If you guys can hear me, this show is gonna be about traitors and bandwagons, man. So, without further ado, man, let's just talk about the main culprit of the whole thing, man. Your boy Spike Lee. We'll talk about Spike Lee for the moment. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the whole situation where his thing was, whatever. But he's been going through a certain entrance and exit since he's been a Knicks fan, right? How do you get access to certain exits that no one else can? Through your celebrity privilege, right? Okay, whatever. Hindsight now, forget about that happened, whatever. Now we're in COVID. Somebody sneaking through an unsecure entrance, with the coworkers and different people in the garden. That's a no. You can't have Spike Lee with his cousin, his uncle, his sister, his brother, or whoever got tickets. They got his tickets for the day going through the side entrance like that. You can't have that happening. They go, oh, that's Spike's boy. Let him through. That's over now with the COVID stuff. So in hindsight, all that arguing that we did about Spike Lee at that time, is null and void. What the problem I have with Spike Lee is not the simple fact that he had a titty fit, he had like a celebrity privilege, tantrum about it. It's the fact that he went to ESPN. ESPN is, as far as Knicks coverage, ESPN's traditionally have been horrible and almost like, they've been really trying to destroy us. They've been trying to destroy the Knicks, not just the Knicks. They've been trying to destroy the fan base, So I know I do a lot of mentioning of ESPN on here, whatever. So it is what it is, man. But I mean, like a lot of people in our fan base still keep quoting. Oh, did you hear what Stephen A. Smith said? Did you hear what this guy said? Why are we still quoting these guys? Why are we still giving these guys all this credit? Some of these other guys, they never, like, I've never seen them before. They just got a job at ESPN and they build their way up. A lot of them build their way up through us, off the backs of Knicks fans, So that's the end of all for me when it comes to Spike, because you went to the enemy, to vent your frustration about the owner. Okay, you got a problem with the owner or whatever. But you're Spike Lee. You don't got to go to ESPN, fam. You can do anything that you want. The Knicks have given you the privilege to create content, representing the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, giving interviews and stuff like that. I remember he gave like that RJ Barrett interview, which was kind of dope. But they gave him the privilege to do that, because he's like supposed to be the super fan. He's supposed to be our mascot, right? But somebody that's supposed to be up there with the fan base, why did he go to the enemy as soon as one little thing happens? And they was making it into like some kind of like race thing, as if something crazy like that is going on. Say what you want to say, but the truth is that's not what it was. He just wanted to go through his entrance, and he caught a celebrity privilege attack. He caught a temper tantrum. Speaking of temper tantrums, the master of all temper tantrums is your boy Michael Rappaport, man. Michael Rappaport, I support him, man. I fell in love with his podcast for a little while until he became a caricature himself and he started going crazy, and then he went over to that paid site where you got to pay to listen to him. I'm not gonna listen to him curse, crazy now, because like before it was cool because it was on some New York shit. But he graduated from being on that New York shit to be on I'm trying not to go crazy with the wording, but to keep it simple, he just became a traitor. He became a bandwagon. It became everything all in between, everything that we go against as far as being a fan of a fan base, whatever. He went as far as to put on the opposing team's gear and sit courtside, man. Look, check this out again. There's a reason why I got him in a thumbnail. Check it out. Full Nets gear. Now I know we're in New York. The Nets are a New York team, so you're free to support another team. But it's a simple fact that you can go to all his podcasts, whatever. whenever they talk about the Knicks, he always goes off the deep end. After the Kristaps trade, he almost lost his shit when he was out there wearing Dallas jerseys. Then once the full story came out, then he came back to the Knicks, right? Then like same thing, like after all this donor stuff or whatever, and we didn't get Kyrie and all this other stuff. Then he gets a temper tantrum and he goes to the Nets. And now the Knicks are winning. Now you want to come back? You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's where I draw the line as far as Knicks fans, man. You cannot flip flop like that. Every time something goes wrong, it's oh fuck that. I'm gonna become a Dallas Mavericks fan. Oh, well, everything's I know the full story now, or the things are going good now. Oh, I'm gonna come back to the Knicks. I'm gonna start rocking the Knicks stuff again. Like he's always wearing the Yankee hat. A lot of New Yorkers wear the Yankee hat because it's like almost like a crown. It's almost like those freaking hats with the airplane on it. $50 hats. Wearing that in New York, a Yankee hat, it means something. If you wear a Yankee hat outside of the New York City area, it means something. People say, "Oh, look, that's a fucking Yankee fan. That's a New Yorker right there." It just shows something. It's like a crown. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just very frustrating. That someone is like that. It's as a fan base, somebody that's a diehard fan like myself. I kind of devoted myself to this whole podcast thing, the whole podcast world. Making memes and this, that, and the other. I kind of devoted myself with it because it's something that's in me that's so deep, drenched in me that I feel the need to spread that love like that. But the symbolism with that Yankee hat, it's just like a red eye, or just like a red stain right now. It's like a red stain in the whole thing because it's not necessarily about the team. It's about what it represents. You put that Yankee hat on your head right off the bat, 27 championships, salary cap, Steinbrenner. We don't give a fuck. We're going to get whoever's the top free agent. We're going to get that person. And, we the evil empire. That's what that represents. You put on a Knicks hat, it turns into something else. So like if you can't deal with the bad, if you can't deal with the bad on being a fan, then you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. You're not worthy of wearing a hat. You're not worthy of wearing the orange and blue because let's face it, wearing orange is not the best color. Doesn't really match with everything. You can flip it how you want to flip it, and New Yorkers are good at doing that. Flipping up styles because we're supposed to be the trendsetters. We're not supposed to be falling back on and being copycats and stuff like that. We the guys supposed to be the trendsetters, the guys that are the voice of what everyone else copies off of. But he's another one. He went on ESPN and did the sparring match with those guys and basically made a fool out of us because he just makes us look stupid. It just makes us look stupid. Like the losing is one thing. You can associate losing with the Knicks and whatever. But let's forget. Let people forget. The Ewing era lasted 13 years. 13 years straight in the playoffs, man. Not only was it that, it was like one of the greatest eras in NBA history. Knuckleball. We guys will fucking bang, 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 and the Knicks were always at the top of everything. If you came to the Garden, you had to face Ewing and the boys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get defense. You're going to get whatever. They had to change the rules in the NBA because of the Knicks just to make it what it is now. All this, non-defense, shooting 120-point games, where guys play defense maybe 3 or 4 times in a game to close it out. And then the defense comes back in the playoffs. But all this rule changing, it started with the bad boys, with Detroit, but the Knicks took it to the next level. It wasn't just like a small little pocket of time where the bad boys were. Patrick Ewing took it to 13 years. 13 years where we locked down the NBA and they were afraid of us for 13 years. People forget about that. Ewing got drafted in 85? 85, 73 was the last time we won a championship. Wasn't that long ago. So that whole era we had just came off of that. And then of course we had plenty of different winning seasons. Bernard King was here. It's not like we lost from 73 to 85. We had a couple winning seasons there. The reason why we got Ewing is because Bernard got hurt in this, that, and the other. We were able to get that in position for us to get a lottery pick to get the number 1 pick, man. So that is true. But we did have winning eras in between there. Bill Cartwright and all those guys even before Bernard was doing well. Had some winning seasons and stuff. So it's not like the Knicks are complete trash. Like of course bad things happen throughout history. Nothing's ever the same. I'm gonna get into some real life stuff in a second. But like things that aren't always peaches and cream. The Golden State Warriors, right? Well, up until this point, were always the darlings of the NBA. The darlings of the NBA, but they weren't always like that. You know what I'm saying? That team they had with Baron Davis when they had that little payoff run, they only went to the second round. And then after that, they were back to being a losing team again. Before that, they had Chris Webber, and they traded him, and then they were shit again. Even before that, they had Run DMC for like maybe like what, two years, two. It wasn't even that long. They had that little piece of time where they were pretty good, and then they was shit again. Even before that, they didn't do nothing ever since they had one with what's the name, Barry. You know what I'm saying? So it's been, teams go through stages, but don't act like the Golden State Warriors are such the greatest team in basketball. But if you go through their history, they totally were not. They only have like a 5-year stint from Mark Jackson to last year where they were good. Of course, they won championships and stuff like that. But I mean, the Knicks won championships too in our little stint of time or whatever. We got to the finals a few times in our stint of time. So don't completely black out on the Knicks. Just because of who we are, just because we're in New York, and you have an outlet like ESPN or whatever that built their whole a network on the backs of Knicks fans backs. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair. There's who else is on this thing here? It was on Spike. Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is another one. He's another one of those guys that he gets so angry, like he wants to fight. About Knicks stuff. It just isn't. Like, where are you getting that energy from? It's just about a franchise that hasn't won. Of course, they've done stupid moves. You could talk about Dolan all they want, but only thing that Dolan did was spend money. Shout out to Cam, Killer Cam, in that verse that he did with Keith. They were talking. He was talking about he's a check writer like James Dolan. James Dolan spent his money and people still hating. It's not like James Dolan wasn't trying. Whoever was in charge told him, listen, we need to do this, whatever. He was all about spending that money. That freaking tax thing that they were doing. It's not like he was only spending salary cap money. He was spending the freaking penalty. He was spending like damn near a double salary on penalty. You know what I'm saying? So you could talk about he's a billionaire and stuff like that, but you can't say that he wasn't trying. Isaiah Thomas stuff, all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. Of course, he's all a part of that. The different things that he did with against with Dolan and against the fans and stuff like that. Yeah, of course, he got to accept responsibility for that. But are we going to penalize the whole fan base and everybody and put everybody to the flames just because only a little couple things are happening? We're talking about kicking out asshole fans that are not really fans. They just dare to get on TV. And they have, like right now, you can Google Knicks fans, and those guys with the garbage bags over the head are always gonna pop up. The brown paper bags, those guys are always gonna pop up when you type in Knicks fans. So they're gonna be famous for the rest of their lives based off that. That's why they do it. They're not doing that because that's how they feel. They're doing it because they're trying to get a reaction. Because the camera's out, they want the reaction. Same thing with Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley went nuts, whatever. We don't know the backstory. Don't make it into like it's some kind of like racial thing where. Okay, they pinpointed Oakley. You got to get out. Why? Because he's black. He damn near said that, implying all of that stuff. Oh, the truth will come out soon. Whatever, fam. Don't try to destroy the whole team. And the fan base. You're doing it to us too. You can't say, yeah, I'm gonna be a Knick for life, yeah, and then take pictures with Knick fans and stuff like that. Well, meanwhile, you stab us in the back. You know what I'm saying? Every chance you get, it's just not right. It's not about you, fam. It's not about just that one individual player. It's not just about Oakley. It's not about ESPN. It's not about Spike. It's not about Michael Rappaport. You got these guys cannot take like be the face of the Knicks. You can't just put yourself out there as a face of the Knicks and then start doing stuff and acting like we're gonna have your back. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole era with COVID and stuff like that, everyone doing podcasts or whatever. I have my supporters. There's other people that support other channels and stuff like that. Knicks fans are up, no matter who you support. Knicks fans are up. The people are subscribing like crazy. You can see on YouTube. We have like the most podcasts all over the internet. That's just YouTube alone. You can see this. You can see the subs. You can see the interaction. You can see how long people are watching videos and stuff like that. Go into the audio front. I originally started as an audio podcast. People all over the world is listening to Knicks fans because they want the real. They want the real. They can see through the bullshit. So here's my thing with Knicks fans, man. We have to stop putting these guys on pedestals or allowing them to put themselves on a pedestal as if they speak for us. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So this is all supposed to be fun, man. This is all supposed to be fun. We're I'm a Knicks channel. We're supposed to be talking about the great things happening with the Knicks. Of course, the Knicks are winning right now. They cleaned up the front office. They cleaned up the coaching staff. We're putting on a winning product on the court right now. And it is what it is right now. We're supposed to be talking about good stuff, and we have been. right now in this little space of time in this show that I'm talking about, I'm talking about all the negative stuff, but outside of that, within our niche, community, we're all talking positive, man. We're talking about basketball nowadays. We got guys doing post game shows. I'm doing a halftime show. We got that guys doing pre-game shows. People are talking about the Knicks, man, and this is us. Our people are talking about it. So this is a great time to be a Knicks fan. All this other stuff with the bandwagon guys and the traitors and stuff like that, we need to put them in their place. It's the end of it, you know. I wanted to try to tie in what's been happening with the Capitol and all this other stuff too, because it's basically the same thing. It's like there's a figurehead, Donald Trump and this, that, and the other. People can have your opinion about whatever he is, but and outside of that, the president is the president, but the country is the country. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee, Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith, this guy, Michael Rappaport. These guys are not the face of the New York City basketball. Just like Trump is not the face of America. From the outside in, people that don't know better, they're gonna look at Trump and all that and think that's America. That's not America. That's a small sect of people. Just like these guys are all on TV. Like, why would Spike go to ESPN, man? I already talked about it, but he went to ESPN. Like he went to the enemy. And then people see that because ESPN is worldwide. People see that on TV, whatever, and they think that that's who New Yorkers are. That's what we feel. That is not the case, man. It's not fair that certain people could do things, whatever, and just get away with it. Like storming the Capitol and stuff like that. They had their opinions and stuff, and they act like they could just go home. All those people should go to jail. They basically committed a federal crime. They all should be going to federal prison right now. It shouldn't be something that we have to talk about. People are making jokes, making memes and stuff like that. It just sounds like Knicks stuff. It sounds like the Knicks are running the country. It sounds like whatever news outlets or ESPN. It's like they're making ratings and stuff like that based off the backs of Americans. And it's not right. It's all the same thing. It's almost like a human nature thing. No matter what you do, you follow sports to get away from that bullshit. And then within sports, you still got the same kind of dynamics, man. And it's just not right. We need to bring it back to the essence. We need to bring sports back to the essence. New York City basketball back to the essence. We're the Mecca that has nothing to do with the Knicks and winning. The Mecca itself is outside of New York City. The New York City is the Mecca because of us, not because of the Knicks. People get things twisted, man. It's the Mecca because New York City fans, the real fans of this place here, have traditionally been the smartest, the most passionate, the ones that come out, and support. We had how many football teams have we had here that left and whatever? We still got 3. You must count the Bills. The Bills are a New York franchise, man. So we got three football teams still here, and we still supporting those guys. We got 2 baseball teams here, plus we got minor league baseball teams that do well. We also have 2 basketball teams right now. We got a couple soccer teams out there. There's so much stuff here. Because we're the Mecca. We could support all this stuff. We could support everybody. Everybody could coincide together and support all this stuff without the bullshit. But getting still, here we are talking about bullshit, man. So here's my thing with Knicks fans, man. I want you guys to like look deep into yourselves, man. And and just stop following these guys, man. Stop quoting these talking heads. Not necessarily, I'm singling out ESPN, but it's not only ESPN. It's other channels too. Stop quoting these guys. Stop watching them. Start giving them hits. If you want your information, there's a million Knicks podcasts out there. Go find somebody that you like and mess with them. Because we messing with each other. Right now, I got Knicks Community Podcast here. That's my guy. This is his YouTube page on NBA Community. He's going to start on Knicks Community very soon. We got Legion of Knicks that popped in. Salute to Eru. He's doing his thing as well. These guys are doing things the way they want to do it, and there's many different ways to get your information and get your entertainment, man. So stop it. It must end now. Anybody out there in the street too, man. Wear your stuff. Let people know that you're a Knicks fan. Same thing like with this MAGA stuff. Everyone that's down with the MAGA, they rocking the MAGA hat because they want everyone to know, and they're not afraid. If you're a Knicks fan, rock your stuff, man. Rock your stuff. If people say, "Yo, Diehard Knicks, what is that?" It's a podcast, fam. You should follow me. I'm saying? I'm talking Knicks all day. The Knicks are 5-3. Oh man, you just became a Knicks fan. Yo, you better go check the transcript, fam, because I've been a Knicks fan forever. I got a podcast, I got merch, all kind of stuff, man. I'm fucking wilding because I'm a Knicks fan. You know, people can't be afraid of it. You know, if you follow this team or whatever, and you know, whatever, and you love the team, you got to ride with them. You know, you got to step up to the bat when people talk jump. You gotta just let them know that's not true. You know, I don't feel that way. Knicks fans say, well, that's not what I say. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know the real, then you need to follow me, or you need to follow whoever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. So that's really what I wanted to say, man. So I want everyone to just come together like the Knicks defense, like, you know, the Knicks the way Tom Thibodeau has been getting us. We've been moving in a 5-man unit. You know, defending whatever, getting everybody to move towards the middle into Mitch. Mitch has been learning how to speak. You know, on defense, and we've been coming together. You know, when we come together like this on defense, we could be like this. You know, this is what we're building. We're trying to build a tight fist, man. And so far, we've done that. There's a reason why revolutionaries and stuff like that put the fist up. It's not necessarily a black fist. It's the fist. Everybody does that. It's a symbolism. You know, that we can stand strong together. You know, if we can cut the fucking bullshit. This has to do with sports. The Knicks has to do with everything, even the stuff that's going on with this country. You know, cut it out. Cut the fucking bullshit, man. So anyway, so my man Derek Grant here. Shout out to you. We got May 4th here. This is this is gonna be Knicks Mania, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. So anyway, it's 1:30, about to be 1:30 on the Sunday afternoon, man. Knicks play at 6. So that kills everything, man. I'm glad that I don't have nothing to do today. So I can get down with whatever festivities is gonna happen, man. But I don't want to take you guys away from it, man. So for those that missed what I said earlier, check the replay. And it is what it is. Die Knicks Podcast, Evil to Any Star. This is my man Uncle Fulio. Shout out to my guys, MBK Network. Yeah, man. Peace. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, wait. I can't do that. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. Salute. Now I'll see you on the next one.